advises the governor to remove the mask mandates in schools.
And an update on COVID-19 numbers in Whitman County. Next on Murrow News 8.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Colby Brad.
And I'm Michelle Harmon. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
The Washington State Superintendent of Public Instruction, Chris Reichdahl, advised Governor Inslee to make masks optional in public schools. Several western states are ending mask mandates for schools, prompting many in Washington to wonder if Governor Inslee will do the same. The superintendent pointed to additional strategies to fight the spread of COVID-19 besides masks, such as vaccinations.
COVID-19 cases are continuing to drop in Whitman County. Whitman County Public Health confirmed 35 cases today, bringing the total amount of cases to 9,012. There is currently a state of data backlog affecting the record keeping of COVID-19 hospitalizations and deaths within the county.
Tuesday's vote by mail election passed all school levies in Whitman County. School district levies were passed by voters in La Crosse, Tico, Colfax, Palouse, Garfield, Steptoe, Colton, Endicott, Rosalia, and St. John. The Whitman County Auditor's Office counted 3,000 ballots and determined voter turnout was about 34%.
If you were hoping to finally get food at WCU basketball games, you're out of luck. The concession stands inside Beasley Coliseum will remain closed for the 5 games scheduled for this weekend due to pandemic concerns. The concessions have been closed during games since mid-January.
I mean, I understand because of COVID, but it's kind of upsetting. Sure.
Well, it goes with the whole program of fighting COVID, so I'm not disheartened. Whenever it opens up, it opens up.
A girl was hit by a car outside of Franklin Elementary School. The Spokane Police Department said the girl was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Police said the driver showed no signs of impairment and is cooperating. The driver was cited with a ticket for failure to yield in a crosswalk in a school zone.
The Nez Perce County Coroner's Office identified the woman who died Sunday when her car crashed into the Snake River as 72-year-old Gloria Hines of Lewiston. Hines' car left the levee bypass in Lewiston on Sunday morning just north of the interstate bridge. Lewiston police arrived and entered the water but needed the Nez Perce dive team to remove Hines.
A man in Grangeville, Idaho was found after being stuck in snow for 5 days. According to a news release from the Idaho County Sheriff's Office, Lewis County Dispatch received a 911 call from a man who said he was lost east of Grangeville and needed an ambulance. Idaho County later received several 911 calls requesting assistance from the same man, who said he had been out in the snow for 5 days and believed his leg was severely injured. The man was found and taken to the hospital.
If you're a WCU employee, you will receive a refund for long-term care benefit taxes paid last month. Governor Jay Inslee signed 2 bills on January 27th, delaying the fund for 18 months. The 0.58% tax is funding a trust account providing Washingtonian support for long-term care needs, like transportation, meal preparation, and assisted living services.
The City of Pullman is recruiting volunteers to fill vacancies on several boards or commissions that have openings with the new year. There are openings on the Planning Commission, the Lawson Gardens Committee, the Civil Service Commission, and the Parks and Recreation Commission. There is a residency, citizenship, and political party requirement for volunteers. Candidates are appointed by the mayor and confirmed by the City Council.
Oak on Main is once again serving free meals to the community thanks to a local nonprofit organization. The restaurant restarted its weekly Feeding Our Friends event where they allow anyone in the community to come and pick up a free meal. The event started at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic with help through donations from the community.
Idaho farmers hit all-time revenues for certain products.
And find out which former restaurant is becoming a bank. Next on Murrow News 8.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother. You, your football buddy, your football buddy. You, the boss's boss. If 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, that means it could be you, your barber, your barber's barber.
Nice work.
Thanks.
You, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker,
On your left.
your cat jogger. Or you, your co-pilot, your co-pilot's co-pilot. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org to know where you stand.
Jaylene Watson.
Prices and booming dairy industry contributed to a record year for Idaho agriculture producers in 2021. Farm cash receipts were up 8% for the year to $8.8 billion. That included all-time revenue records for potatoes, beets, hay, and cattle. Sales as well as near record for milk. University of Idaho economist Garth Taylor said Idaho agriculture is big and it is growing.
The former Fujiyama Steakhouse in Pullman, which has been closed since the pandemic hit, is set to become Gesa Credit Union branch. Gesa first came to the Pullman market when they paid $11 million for the naming rights of the field inside Martin Stadium. Gesa is also set to open a location in the Cub on WSU's campus.
The University of Idaho is offering free tax help. The Joint Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Clinic is open and IRS certified. Volunteers will help taxpayers who earn less than $57,000 a year and have relatively simple tax documents. Volunteers will be available 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 9 to 1 on Saturdays in Maynard 105.
Environmental and climate justice leader Catherine Coleman Flowers will be speaking at a free public presentation hosted by WSU School of the Environment. Flowers will soon be speaking at noon on February 16th on Zoom. There will be a limited in-person viewing during the Zoom presentation, followed by a question and answered panel. Flowers will be focusing on the issues of wastewater inequality and how the water and sanitation infrastructure ties into larger issues of racism and poverty in America.
It's starting to feel like spring outside. Let's check on Shane at the weather board to see what we can expect from the weather in the coming days. What's it looking like, Shane?
Like you said, it is looking like spring indeed, Colby. I don't know about you, but the first thing I did when I walked out of the house this morning was I walked right back in, dropped the hoodie off on the coat rack. We won't be needing that today, folks. 51 degrees is our high, but make sure that you maybe get indoors or bundle up, barring that 5:04 sunset, because it will be calming down to about 35 degrees until we go into tomorrow, where it's going to be 54 degrees. I mean, these are scorching temperatures, camping conditions, if I do say so myself. 54 degrees, but if you do decide to take that route, maybe bring an extra sleeping bag or a blanket, what have you, because it will be calming down to about 32, freezing tomorrow night. As we look at the state map, we can see we'll start in Western Washington, Olympia and Seattle, both low 50s to 40s. Not the clear skies that we've been getting in Eastern Washington, but sun and low 50s nonetheless. As we go over to Yakima, we can see 52 degrees with a low of freezing. Clear skies throughout, as with Spokane, 50 degrees and 32 degrees when it comes down at night. And again, there's us down in the right corner there. Pullman, 51 degrees with a low of 35. Eastern Washington definitely enjoying more of the clear skies than Western Washington. It's a good day to go out there, get something done, maybe go fishing. I know Colby and I were going to go out there. He can work on that cast a little bit, as we talked about earlier. As we go to the 5-day forecast, I'll step aside, and you can see, as we said, tomorrow will be 54 degrees, the hottest day of the week, with a low of 32. With Friday coming up, we got a high of 45, so a little bit colder, but nothing to worry about. Low of 28 as we go into the weekend. Saturday, a little warmer than the day before. We'll see highs of about 48 degrees. And coming on Super Bowl Sunday will be the last day of sunshine without interruption. 49 degrees is the high up until Monday comes and literally rains on our parade with scattered showers throughout, and a high of only 39 degrees and a low of freezing. And that is what I have for weather today. I'll bring it back to Michelle and Colby at the desk.
Up next with sports, a huge upcoming game for Wazoo men's basketball.
And WSU women's basketball suffers a tough home loss. Next on Murrow News 8.
feels like no matter where you look, the state of the world's getting worse. Oceans full of plastic, an endless amount of waste, an impossible task ahead of fixing our beloved planet. But change can't happen if you do nothing. So here's where you should start. Reduce. Why? Because Americans produce more than 200 million tons of waste every year, and you don't want to add to that. Reuse. Why? Because reusing and repurposing cuts back on unnecessary waste, and it gives things a chance at new life. Recycle. Why? Because recycling creates jobs. It helps our community and it helps our planet. And after doing all this, what will we be left with? We'll be left with a planet that will slowly start to heal.
I am Bamdele Shagun with sports. Washington State's women's basketball team suffered a huge loss today in Pullman. The Oregon Ducks came quacking all over the Cougs, beating them 80-30. The Cougs started slow, going 0 for 13 to start the game. None of the Cougar players recorded double figures in scoring in the game. The Cougs will take on UCLA in their next game on February 11. Tomorrow night, the Coug men's basketball team will take on Arizona in Beasley Coliseum. Coming up into the match, Arizona is ranked 4th in the nation, and WSU comes in on a 5-game winning streak. WSU has won once against the Wildcats in the last 18 matchups. The game will tip off at 6 p.m. The Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame and the women's basketball coaches announced on Tuesday, February 8th, that WSU sophomore Charlize Ledger-Walker has been named one of the top 10 finalists for the 2022 Ann Myers Drysdale Award. The award recognizes the top shooting guard in women's NCAA Division college basketball. It is a great time to be a Coug, as the Cougars are excelling in sports in and out of the Palouse. 3 NFL hopefuls from Washington State have been invited to the NFL Combine. WSU football products Abraham Lucas, Jalen Watson, and Max Borghi have entered the NFL Combine. All had the option to return to WSU for a final season, but opted to enter the draft pool.
Today is a special day for pizza lovers. Find out what that means and what to expect for the special national holiday. Today is National Pizza Day. Pizza businesses across the nation are celebrating by serving discounted pizzas, but that's not all. More deals will be available on Super Bowl Sunday, and heart-shaped pizzas will be available for Valentine's Day. That is all the time we have. Thanks for watching. If you missed anything in this or any of our previous newscasts, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel.
More news can be found at nwpb.org, and you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Have a good night.